Hello, Dr. Manju Agrawal, and welcome
Thank
to
you.
all of us today.
Mhm.
I'll just briefly introduce Dr. Manju Agrawal to all of us. She is the Dean of Student Welfare and Professor of Psychology at Amity University, Lucknow, a leading psychotherapist, certified hypnotherapist, mind coach, social entrepreneur, and educationist with extensive teaching and research experience. She has authored and presented and published papers in journals and reputed conferences. The chief architect of the women's policy for UP, she has worked for marginalized sections of society, particularly women in villages and districts of UP, and these are several of her achievements. Her talk today will be on meditative self-talk, and she will throw light on how language and positive self-talk enhances our emotional well-being. Over to you, Dr. Manju Agrawal.
Thank you, Sana.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And please, you all might be seeing me not sitting straight, so please excuse me for that because I broke my leg day before yesterday. So I'm just lying down and trying to speak to you. So please excuse me for that.
Oh, that's a pity. And take care.
It's a fractured when I'm in plaster.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
But
That
it's so nice of you to have joined us, and thank you so much for that.
You know, this keeps me busy. So I was entertainment during my pastime. I would request the participants if you can put on your video on because this is a workshop and not a lecture. So that I can connect with your energy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Apurva, Ritu, Uma. Thank you, Ambika. Thank you. Thank you, LK. I don't know what your name is. Sophie. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Dasni. And thank you, aatmn, for giving me this opportunity to talk to a very, very profound audience. And I'm really thankful to Redikall Healing, who is doing a great job of healing the world. So, all my thanks to the entire family of Redikall healers. I also tried to learn something from Redikall healing, and I have also used something during my crisis. And the Redikall healers really helped me during some of my crisis times. So I'm grateful to all of you.
Thank you, and we are really looking forward to. Please go ahead and.
Okay. So today I'm going to talk about something which is very, very simple and but very profound. And this is about the language, and this is about the normal things which you might not have noticed so much, but it is all with us. So conversations. So I would like to ask you one thing. Whom do we talk most every day? Can you please write it in the chat box? Whom do we talk most with every day? Your friend, your parent, your relative, your neighbor. Who do you talk most? Okay, clients. My pet. Okay. Self. Mother. Dasani or anyone else? Okay. So, who do you talk most? Yeah, you talk to your mother, you talk to your pet, you talk to your friend, you talk to your relative. The most somebody answered self. Yes, Sabi and one more person said self. So, who do you talk most every day with? The 24 hours rather. you talk to yourself every day, most of the time, in fact, 24 hours, even when you are sleeping, you are talking to yourself. And whatever you are talking to yourself, have you ever noticed what you are talking to self? Might not have. So let's notice it today. So just, there is a tape recorder which is always going in our mind. And not only that, this tape recorder is playing certain thoughts. And as the research says, the thoughts are usually 90% of the thoughts are the thoughts of yesterday and of yesterday and of yesterday. And 90% of today's thoughts are going to be tomorrow. So these thoughts become very, very consolidated, very strong, and becomes almost permanent, and thoughts have a language. So these thoughts are continuously playing in our mind in the form of tape recorder. So I would request each of you to kindly listen to your tape recorder and just notice what your tape recorder is telling you, what your thought is about, what your language is about. Is it a language of anger? Is it a language of repentance? Is it a language of self-blame? So just note down. Do you have a notepad? Just note down. Is it a language of shame? Is it a language of self-blame or blaming others? Is it a language of questioning? Why did it happen with me? Or any other language? Is it a language of appreciation? Is it a language of condemnation? Is it a language of inferiority? Is it a language of revenge? What are you talking to self? So I give you 5 minutes to just listen to the language that's going on, the tape recorder in your mind, and write down in your notebook what the language is about. What is most of the time you are talking to self? Most of the time. Of course, there will be variations in the 24 hours. Sometimes when you are talking to somebody else, there will be some other kind of conversation. Even when you are talking to self, sometimes it is rumination, sometimes it is reviewing, sometimes it is something else, but there is a dominant thought which is going on in the mind most of the time. So try to identify that dominant core issue about which you are talking to self and what this language is about. So take your few minutes and just write down in your notebook. What is this that you are talking about? What are the dominant sentences that you are speaking to yourself? Is it about anger, self-blame, self-condemnation, others' condemnation, revenge, anger, peacefulness, calm, gratefulness, forgiveness, whatever? And some of you who want to put in the chat box, you can put in the chat box, and can they unmute themselves also, Atma?
Sorry, how?
Can they unmute also?
They can unmute. I've just given that permission so that you can, have a dialogue.
Okay. So any of you who want to unmute and share something?
Hi, may I? Navina here.
Yeah, of course. Yes, Lavina.
Good morning. Yeah, so for me, most of the time, it is like I want to do what best I could do next and be in gratitude also, like be aware of what happened.
Okay.
And of course, at times do get into the dialogue, okay, somebody said this, at times. Yes.
Can you put on your video also?
Yeah, sure. Sure. Just a moment.
Yeah, yes, Lavina. It's better to connect.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So, yeah, it's like basically, of course, lot of gratitude, self-awareness, and what best next, if I'm doing something, sometimes it comes that what next I could best utilize my time. And of course, at times, because we live in a joint family, so somebody has said something that also keeps running.
Okay.
But yes, at times
I-
I do pause.
One question. Have you deliberately changed from something to something now, or this has been always?
No, no, not always. Of
Okay.
course, by working on myself over the period of years, I would say.
Yes, yes, yes.
Time to shift to this. Of course, I do deflect at times, go into that negative thought process, which is habitual.
Okay.
Yeah, that self-judging or criticizing even others, being judgmental of others.
Okay.
But yes, but now, thankfully, through Redikall and other things, I am becoming self-aware of what's going. It's
Okay.
something like I start feeling negatively about myself, like some bodily sensations. I start feeling low, then I check what is my thought. Why am I feeling? So yes.
Absolutely. Thank you, Navina, for sharing this. This is
Thanks.
excellent. So let everyone clap for her.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And Navina has very clearly and very explicitly explained that she used the sentence, our natural thought process is usually very negative. You said that. And then, but it is possible to change it. And why do we need to change it? And how it is possible? That's what we are going to talk about. Anybody else who wants to share before we go to that? Anyone else who wants to share something? Yes, Sophie, I think you are interested in sharing.
Hi, I would say that most of the time I have a lot of criticism, self-criticism of actions, and judgment of my own actions more than others. Much heavier critique of myself. So this is like the current, and then now and again anticipating my capacity to how I'm going to manage the next event or a couple of events in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, Sophie. Anybody else? Thank you, Sophie, for sharing. So let's clap for her for being so honest and sharing. Yes. Anyone else who wants to say something?
Good morning, ma'am. This is Devendra here.
Yeah, Devendra, yes. Can I have your video on, Devendra?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Good morning to all. And usually it's the self-talk which is going on is about all, especially about the inner and there's an inner environment, there's an outer environment. So there are a lot of people in the outer environment, and in the inner environment, I have some loved ones whom I have lost over the previous years, like my father. So it is usually the thoughts related to my loved ones, and of course health issues and a little bit of worry about the future.
Okay.
I'm able to regulate my emotions, but sometimes I feel that there's a little bit of excessive overthinking, which is not needed.
Overthinking, okay. And anxiety about future, right?
And health of parents and self.
Health of parents and self. Yes, I know you, Devendra, and I know that you have been going through health issues for some time. So that talk is what will happen. What will happen to my parents? What will happen to me? And also about what has happened in the past. Is that so?
Right.
Okay, okay. And how do you feel when you are anxious about future, about your health and health of parents?
Ma'am, that's very interesting because I do a lot of meditation. So throughout the day, I am very well regulated. So I'm very calm and I'm able to overcome that. But when I go to sleep and I'm in a subconscious state of mind, when I'm not neither very, very fast asleep or widely awake, at that time when my defenses are low on guard. So that's the time where I feel a bit of uneasiness or discomfort.
Okay, okay, great. Anyone else who wants to? Thank you, Devendra, and let's clap for you for sharing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anybody else who wants to say something? what is going on, because as it's very clear that you have to really make an effort to
Apurva wants to say.
think. Yes.
Really, I have,
Yes, Uma.
I have a lot of overthinking. I mean, if I see something, I go into future, kya hoega, kaise hoega, fear comes up. But I'm confident enough, and I'm open to learning. But, and but there's a lot of self-talk and about my health issues.
Okay. So there is a lot of concern about health issues and COVID related issues, and maybe this anxiety started more or increased during COVID times. Is that so, Uma?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And I think COVID times had been really difficult for all of us, and it increased a lot of health related anxiety and related anxiety for not only for ourselves, for our near and dear ones.
Yes,
And
understand.
share with you that this my work on self-talk and meditative self-talk that I'm going to talk about started during COVID time only, because when my clients became very anxious. And one of my very young clients, she's only about 20 years old. She had been coming to me. She had very severe panic attacks and very severe breathing problems, which I dealt with, and she recovered very fast. She had several panic attacks in a month, but she recovered very fast. During COVID time, it started again. And the COVID time was a time, COVID has taught us a lot. COVID has done, I think we are doing this webinar only because of the COVID. Before that, I didn't know anything about the webinar. I used to hear about it, and I thought, yes, what is webinar? And let me learn what webinar is, because I used to hear some foreign professor speaking and joined him. So sometimes I joined, but I never knew how to conduct it myself. So COVID taught me how to do it. So COVID was a great teacher. So during COVID time, one of my clients became this client, and many other clients became very anxious. And I didn't at that time we were not used to these therapies through Zoom and everything. So what I did, that I recorded a message for her and sent it to her, which really helped her, and her anxiety really soothed, reduced. And after some time, she called me and said that, ma'am, now I have become a therapist for my family. I'm really sorry, I have some bad throat. So that is how the journey started. And then I realized that through meditative self-talk, we can help ourselves and help many. So as Uma, you said, I think if you will send me, I recorded a particular thing for COVID, and I can send it to maybe to aatmn or Renu, and they can forward it to you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Just share you right, which gives you that flow of process of thinking and language. If my screen is visible?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. So this is actually the flow. As I said, 90 to 95% of thoughts that we had yesterday is today only. The language that we speak for our thought process is the same.
Shamu,
Am I audible?
अरे वो
Yes, you
सर
are.
वाली
Yes,
तो
you are.
बता देना हमको हम यहाँ पे
Oh, there's some. Sorry for that disturbance.
I'll mute everyone. Wait. Please.
Right. So
Just a second. Dr. Manju, just on your own mute, because when I muted everyone, you also. Okay. Please keep it on mute.
Yeah. So the language that I use, that we use to express those thoughts is the same, which create the same feelings, and the feelings create the same behavior, and then it becomes our personal reality. For example, if we are mostly thinking as to why it happened, why this person question, the language of question, why this happened to me, why this person did this to me. So my always this personal reality is that people did something wrong with me. This should not have happened with me. This becomes my personal reality. My reactions will be accordingly. And if somebody criticized me and I start saying to myself, I'm not good enough, I'm not good in this, I'm not good in that, I'm not, my self-confidence is going to reduce, and my personal reality will be, I am not good enough, because this is going to, and I will not be able to stand or do something. Or for example, the stage fright. Once you have, some people have said, or I have myself said to myself, I'm not good in talking to an audience, a big audience. I will fail. I will not be able to face them. People will not appreciate me. I don't have the good content that I can talk about. That will become my personal reality, and I will not be able to face the audience. Stage fright is so common among a lot of people. And when all this happens, they actually create the neuro pathways. They create the neuro pathways which get consolidated every day, every time we have the same thinking, and I think Atman will definitely endorse that.
Sure.
So we need to change these neuro pathways, and changing the neuro pathways is not difficult. It's at the same time, it's not very easy. So the easy tool that I think by which we can change the neuro pathways is changing the language. You know, it's very difficult to change your thought process directly, to change your feelings directly. But if you deliberately, as Navina shared and other people, Sophie shared and Devendra shared, they started changing their self-talk. And the moment you start changing the self-talk and repeat it, and as the neuropathway theory goes, that if you repeat it for next 21 days, morning, evening, afternoon, the neural pathways start changing, and then your personal reality, your feelings will change, your behavior will change, and your personal reality will also change. So this is a common saying that the cells that wire together. So let us try to fire different cells, so that when different cells are fired repeatedly, they will come together, they will change the thought process, they will change the feelings, they will change the memories, cellular memories, because we know that each of us, all the experiences that have gone with us have cellular memories, that are the memories in the body. If you want, if you have time, we can experiment that also. Or we'll do that, in fact. And then the neuro pathways are created, and we can change the neuro pathways. A very easy tool that I think can be used is by changing our language. So let us, I'll unshare my screen. Pause, unshare, stop share right now. Okay, so that I can connect with you again. So let us try something. Are you all ready for something? Some experience which is very, very simple but profound. Are you ready for that? Do you want that?
Yes.
Sure, we all are.
Okay. Okay. So just deep breathe 3 times. And just think of some experience, difficult experience, painful experience that happened recently in the past, or the most painful experience of your life. Some painful experience. Just go into that experience Listen what you listen, see what you see, hear what you hear. And just get in touch with your body. Be aware in which part of your body you are having sensations. Maybe sensation of numbness, pain, heaviness. And those who are having can just share it. Unmute and share, please. You can keep your eyes closed, but you can share it. Unmute and share if you are having it. Uma, you want to share something? Yes, Ritu? You're having some pain here? Okay, okay. You're having some pain in the head. Anybody else? So just listen to the language that you are talking to yourself at this time. When you are having this pain, just listen to the language that you are having. Yes, Navina? You can unmute yourself, you are muted.
Navina, you can now. I've just changed the setting so that there are no disturbances.
Yeah. Yeah, so slight pain, whatever I was thinking, a slight pain on my left side of lower back I could feel when I was thinking.
Okay. Just listen to the language that you are speaking in your mind. Okay?
Sure. Thanks.
Everyone, I think, and anybody else having some sensation in any part of your body?
Yeah, I'm in pain on my right side of the head.
Right side of the head, okay, okay. So many of you must be having some sensation whenever you are thinking of your past negative experience, which very clearly shows that the experiences have cellular memories in the it's stored in that part of the body. So let's try to release them. Okay. So just close your eyes. Close your eyes and breathe in from your nose and breathe out from your mouth. And since I'm not doing it individually, I will do a generic session, because when we do it individually, we try to understand the language of the person and then try to release and change the language. But right now, since it's a group session, we'll do something generic. So just breathe in from your nose and breathe out from your mouth and feel that the stress and the pain and the heaviness and the sensation is going out. And change the language. The first release it, release it, release it. Relax and release, release. You can also tap that part of the body where you are having some sensation and pain. Just tap it slightly. For example, if you are having it in your head. Or in any part of the body, just tap it and release it. And now change the language that you are speaking. For example, if it is a language of anger, because somebody really hurt you, somebody did something wrong with you, and you are really angry with that person, so just forget that person. It happened in the past, it's gone. It happened in the past, it was the karma of that person. I do not allow myself to be affected by the energy of that person. I give the energy back. I give the energy of that person back to him or her. I don't let Mr. and Miss X to put their garbage in my mind. I'm strong enough not to allow that garbage to enter into my mind. And if it is there, I release it now and here. I release it now and here. I release it now and here. If it is grief, if it is self-blame, if it is guilt, whatever it is, just release it. Release, feel that all the guilt, all the anger, all the pain, all the grief is releasing out through your mouth when you are breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in from the nose and breathe out from the mouth. Tap the body part where you are having sensation and change your language. If it is a language of anger, make it the language of forgiveness. If somebody has given you pain, if there was a loss, grief, it's over. It's over. Yes, this is a great loss. I accept it and move forward. It was a great loss. I accept and move forward. I allow pleasures of life to enter easily in my life. I'm ready to enjoy and experience pleasures of life now. I am getting in charge of my emotions. I am taking charge of my emotions. It's easy for me to take charge of my emotions. I'm learning it and becoming more and more perfect in it. As I practice taking charge of my emotions, I become more and more perfect in it. I see myself strong. My shoulders are strong and erect. My head is strong on my shoulders. I'm looking forward, looking straight. I feel the strength in my body. I feel the strength in every part of my body from head to toe. My head, my forehead, my eyebrows, my eyes, sparkling with confidence, calmness, peace. My cheeks, my nose, my lips, my mind, back of the mind, all feeling strong, and my mind is using a positive language. My neck, shoulders, my front, upper chest, stomach, around the navel area, back, my spinal cord. Oh, it's a strong, strengthened, and well supported. I'm feeling well supported. I'm thankful to my spinal cord for giving me so much of strength and support. It's willing to bear the blows given by people, but not shaking. It does not allow the blows to affect me. If people are sending the blows, it's their problem. My aura is stopping that. Lower part, thigh joints, thighs, and all the organs inside. Feel that flow of strength, positivity, calmness, peace, forgiveness, gratefulness in every organ of your body, every cell of your body. Trillions of cells of your body are grateful, peaceful, and calm. I am calm. I am peaceful. I am ready to face the world. No matter what people tell me, criticize me, condemn me, I am not taking it. I am leaving the past behind. That story is over. And I'm moving forward. I'm taking strong, confident steps in my life. I'm going forward. And as I'm moving forward, I'm moving forward with confidence. The future is unseen, but I'm leaving the consequences to that superpower. I am confident and concentrating on the steps that I'm taking that is in my control, that I can do, my processes, my planning, the best that I can do in my situations. The consequences are not in my hand, and hence I am releasing all the anxiety about future. Most of the things that I'm anxious about are not likely to happen in my life, so I'm not worried about them. I'm releasing all the anxieties and worries about the future, but concentrating on the present, on the best that I can do now. I'm concentrating on my actions in the present and leave the consequences. I'm just concentrating on the present actions. And as I do, my thighs and legs become stronger. And I'm walking ahead with greater strength, greater confidence, and a peace of mind. My entire leg, thighs, knees, lower leg, both the feet are feeling strong. Deep breathe 3 more times and feel I'm myself. I'm a strong, peaceful, calm person. Leaving the story of the past behind, leaving the stories of the future for its own course, concentrating on the present. Thinking positively about myself. I love myself and I accept myself exactly as I am. I love myself and accept myself exactly as I am. I love and accept myself. I respect myself. I value myself. And all of you, please cross your hands, hug yourself as if you have not hugged yourself for a long time. Hug yourself. Feel the comfort, the coziness, the love. And do it as long as you want, and then you may gradually open your eyes after putting your hand palms on your eyes. And please share those who were having some kind of pain and sensation. Is it still there or gone? Yes, Ritu. I think the host will provide. Yeah.
I'm the neutral me.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Anything else that you want to share about this experience?
Ma'am, I'm feeling deeply relaxed. And when you said that hug yourself,
Yeah.
I could not let go of that hug. And I'm feeling much relaxed and better. Thank you so much, ma'am.
So the anxieties about your future, do you think कुछ इस समय better लग रहा है? Are you feeling a little better?
Ma'am, I think I am in the present moment right now. So
Okay.
there's no anxiety. Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Devin. Yeah. Sabi, I think, say, you want to share something.
Yeah, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yes. I can hear you.
My mind is fully calm and
Okay.
peace, and feel like light is flowing.
Thank you, Sabi. I think we will appreciate everyone later after hearing this, your experiences. Thank you, Sabi. Anything you want to say more? I think you are so poised that it appears that you don't want to say anything. Is that so? That's what I'm feeling. Okay.
Apurva has raised hand. Maybe she wants to.
Apurva. Yes, Apurva.
Today morning, I banged my head really hard. So my head was very heavy because it was quite a big hit. So when I did the meditation right now, The pain, even though it was a physical pain due to a physical injury which I just got some time back,
Yeah.
the pain subsided, and I'm feeling quite blissful and peaceful at the moment.
Oh,
And the
great,
heaviness of
great.
the head is also gone.
Oh my God. So wonderful, so wonderful, so wonderful. Yeah, I think we need to appreciate for everyone, say Apurva, Devendra and Ritu. And I think Navina wants to say something.
Yeah, so it was a beautiful experience. I could feel shift of flow of energy. Like I was having sensations in my left lower back, so I could feel the shift and the flow of energy and the churning. I could feel it as the talk was going, and it was so relaxing and so calm, and felt so good to hug myself. And of course, I do it, but I felt it all the more after this talk. So thank you, thank you so much for this.
Navina? Yeah. So I think it's, do you realize that it's so easy? I think Uma also wants to share something. Yeah, Uma. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling relaxed and I'm calm and and I could let go of my.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, if all of you realize that it's really not difficult to let go, do you realize that?
Yeah.
A lot of things which we are holding for such a long time, we hold it, and we hold it very closely to our hearts, and we hold it so strongly, don't allow it to go. But who is it harming? Is it harming the person who has given me a hurt? Whether it's harming or not, we don't know. But how much it is harming me? It is harming me most, whether it is anger, whether it is inferiority, whether it is self-condemnation, whether it is grief, whatever. Whatever we are holding, we are harming ourselves. So let us be first aware that we are harming. And therefore, I will say that there are 3 R's. If we use that, and the 3 R's is relax, release, and reframe. And oh my God, I think Atman has so many beautiful R's. So Atman, these are also 3 R's. I think some of it may be common to your R's, are they?
No, not yet.
Okay. So it is release.
Indirectly, you're working towards the same.
Yeah. So release, reframe, relax, release, and reframe, which you can do it yourself. So what I'm talking about is self-management techniques, which is very, very easy. I wanted you to experience it, and then we can do some exercise on learning how to do it. And if these 3 R's are followed, you can easily let go a lot of things, whether it is anxiety or pain or worry or anger or condemnation. Just deep breathe, release, relax, deep breathe 3 times from the nose, out from the nose, in from the nose, out from the nose. Then 3 times in from the nose and out from the mouth. The moment you do it, your limbic system starts relaxing. So relax from your mind, from your thought, from your body. Just close it. And the moment you close your eyes, you get connected to your subconscious mind. And the moment you get connected to your subconscious mind, it is possible to release. Through logic, and most of the time when you talk to people, so people say कि नहीं हम सब भूल चुके हैं, हमने कुछ नहीं याद करता. I don't try to remember anything. I have forgotten anything, but actually it is there, and it is there with heavy loads. So no matter how much consciously you try to forget, it is difficult because it has created a space in your subconscious mind from where it needs to come out. So either you go to a therapist to help you to release it. A lot of times you can do self-practice, and when you think that it is still there, only then you can contact a professional. So easy thing is to first relax, in from the mouth, out, in from the nose, out from the nose. 3 times in from the nose, out from the mouth. That is the first process, relaxing. The second process is releasing. And then you just listen to what your mind is talking about. Listen to what your mind is talking about. And feel what you feel. Hear what you hear. Feel the sensation in your body. Feel the language that is going on in your mind. Remember the event or the experiences that are bothering you. And then you can, for cellular memories, you start tapping those parts. I'm giving you a very simplified process. Of course, there are many layers beyond this also. For self-management, to start tapping those points, those areas, because you have cellular memories and you all experienced it. So just by tapping also, you are releasing a lot, and then use the language, change the language which is going on in your mind. The language should be, most of the time, as I said, the language can be of anger. Why did it happen? Why did this person do this? And you are very angry, you are revengeful, you want to teach that person a lesson. If you want to teach it later, but right now you need to worry for yourself, you need to worry for your mental and physical health. Do it right now. Just release the anger. The story is over. That the person who created the anger was their issue, not my issue. Why did I allow myself to be angry about? Why did I allow myself to be hurt? Why did I allow myself to let this pain remain within me? So just release it, whether it is grief or anger or pain or condemnation. And a lot of criticism that we are holding since childhood. I tell you a story of one of my students. I observed her. I had given some assignment. When she gave it to me, I felt there is something wrong with this girl. I called her and I talked to her. So it came out that she was carrying a lot of self-condemnation about her body. This is very common, where we carry a lot of, I'm not good looking, I'm not smart enough. She was carrying that, and when I explored, it came out that when she was small, her brothers teased her that you are dark. She was dark complexion, dusky. That you are dark, you are fat, you are dark and fat. That got into her mind, and she started telling herself, I am dark, I am fat, I am not good looking. And truly speaking, I had found her very attractive. So I just talked to her and I said, you are very attractive, your eyes are very attractive. And then we had some conversation and talks. And you won't believe she changed like this. The girl who was not participating in any activity in the class, she became the class representative. Very soon, the moment she released it. So whatever, even certain things which happened as just small conversation goes in our head, and how much I pamper that conversation. Somebody said something, one sentence, jokingly, sometimes even, purposely sometimes. But now I am carrying that sentence multiple times, hundreds of times, thousands of times in my mind, and how it is affecting my mind and my body and my personality, that we don't realize. So just reframe and change your language. Be aware of your language. It's very difficult to be aware about your thoughts. It's very difficult to change your thoughts and feelings, but it's very, very easy to change your language. The moment you change your language, because what is language and what are words? Words are energy. We all are energy. Everything is energy, in fact. Energy cannot be formula E is equal to mc square. Energy cannot be destroyed, but it can be transformed. Every word is energy. How many of you know the story of Tansin? Do you know the story of Tansin? Many of you must be. Tansin was a jewel in the court of Akbar and very favorite courtier of Akbar. all the other courtiers were very, very jealous of him, and they were planning to kill him. Because somehow he gets a bad name, he gets killed, or he is thrown out of the court. So they planned something. They knew that Tansen can create fire by his singing. Tansen is of course famous for his singing. So they planned and told Akbar that Akbar, he has never shown this skill. So let us ask him to show this skill. How can he create fire by singing? In those times, if king said something, you can't refuse it. So Akbar agreed to it. Akbar asked Tansen, कि भाई आप जो है ना, you just sing and create the fire. Tansen understood the motive of the courtiers. And he knew that if he will sing, he will create the fire, and in that fire he will himself be burnt. So he taught his daughter another rag, which was Megh Malhar, by which she could bring rains. So he said that, okay, give me 1 month's time, I will do that. And then during that 1 month time, he taught his daughter Rag Megh Malhar. So when the day came, he started singing, the temperature increased, everything became hot, and gradually the fire started. And the moment the fire started, his daughter started singing Megh Malhar, which brought rains, which reduced the temperature, calmed down everything, and it started raining, and the fire was gone. So that is the power of words, that is the power of rhythm, that is the power of tune, that is the power of whatever, every word that we speak. The moment you criticize people, whatever we are saying has vibrations also. So the vibrations of criticism is about 37, I think, 30 to 40. And because everything has frequency, it's about 30, 40, I think. And the frequency of praise, gratefulness, appreciation, forgiveness is about 700. So if I am criticizing, gossiping, what I'm doing, I'm reducing my own energy. I'm reducing my own energy. So just by changing your words, you can change the frequency of yourself. You can change the vibrations of your own self. And the moment you change the frequency of your own self, you are going to attract the same frequency. Radio. What is radio? You tune it and it will connect to the same frequency. Similarly, if you are appreciating, you will attract the frequency of appreciation. The other people, if you are upset, you will attract the frequency of people who are upset, who are depressed. If you are criticizing, you will attract the frequency of people who are criticizing, or you will get a lot of criticism and condemnation. So in order to enhance my vibrations, I need to change my frequency. And again, the easiest tool is to change your self-talk. Be aware what you are talking to others, what you are talking to self. The moment you change it to the language of, I think I'll share you certain languages. And before that, I think I'll give you one more experience of self-enhancement, positive talk, increasing your self-esteem. And I would request, I have a channel, YouTube channel, which is called Mind Spa. And in that, I keep on posting some videos. And during this time, I posted some videos of meditative self-talk. And I'm doing two of my students are doing research on this therapy. So we are in the process of developing it as a full-fledged therapy. So I would request Renu, can you please play that video? But before you play that video, please, each of you rate yourself on your self-esteem. 0 to 10, it's your self-esteem. Where do you put yourself? Rate yourself in your own pad. How do you rate yourself on your self-esteem? 10 means very, very high self-esteem. 0 means very, very poor self-esteem. So how you evaluate yourself? And then we'll play that video, and after that I'll again ask you. So can I request Renu to kindly play the video? Have you all rated yourself?
I will do it. I will do it.
Okay, okay, Atma. Thank you. This podcast is to enhance your self-confidence and self-esteem. For better results, close your eyes, deep breathe 3 times. Listen each word carefully and visualize the meaning of each word. For miraculous results, listen it for 21 days continuously with feelings. Namaskar. The divine within me greets the divine within you. This divine light is giving me magnetic powers to attract appreciation, self-confidence, capability, empathy, peace, and love. I am seeing all those who love me and give me positive energy. I am taking care of all of them, and they are taking care of me. I am the greatest being. I know it, and I manifest it. I never let anyone fill my head with the garbage that is in their head. Not my parents, not my spouse, not my friends, not anyone ever. There is no place in my mind for criticism by others unnecessarily. I am choosing not to receive it. I am letting all criticism done in the past to leave me, and I am seeing them leaving me. I am capable enough to fight for my rights and take a stand for my own issues. I am becoming happy more and more every day. I am becoming satisfied more and more every day. I am becoming proud of myself more and more every day. I am becoming more and more confident every day. I am finding myself useful, and I am seeing myself becoming more and more successful every day. I'm giving more and more respect to myself, and I see myself and my respect radiating all around. I'm loving and accepting myself more and more every day. My relations are becoming better with everyone. Now please put your right hand on your heart and say, I am a powerful being with all required powers and capabilities. I am a pure soul. I am great and a treasure of qualities. And I am manifesting my qualities more and more every day. I am a happy being. I am a fulfilled being. I am a confident being. Namaskar. The divine within me greets the divine within you. So I would request each of you to kindly rate yourself again on your self-esteem. And if there is a difference, it has increased the rating, please give Y in the chat box. Please give Y in the chat box if it has increased. And same, S if it is same, and low L if it has lowered. Thank you, Reena. Thank you, Alka. Thank you, Devendra. Thank you, Ritu. Thank you, Sophie. Uma, Shweta, Bhavna, Apurva. Thank you, Balkrishna. Thank you, Preeti, Renu. Alka, Khanna. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anyone who experienced lowering of self-esteem, please give L in the chat box. Thank you, Savarnaya. Okay, none of you same pills. So, okay, thank you. Anyone experienced same or lowering of the self-esteem? Okay, wonderful. So you have realized that just it was a 4 point something, 4 to 5 minute video, and this could help in enhancing the self-esteem, self-confidence. So if you listen it every day, something like this, which you can do it yourself. And if you want to listen to this video, all of you must be having your mobile. You just open this Mind Spa on your YouTube, or you write Manju Agrawal Mind Spa. Right, Manju Agrawal Mind Spa. YouTube. And then you can, how many of you could search it? Find it?
Let's talk a minute about layering.
You can also write exactly this, this YouTube, meditative self-talk, increase your self-esteem. If you write that, again you will find it. Meditative self-talk, increase your self-esteem. Could you find it? Meditative self-talk, increase your self-esteem, or Manju Agrawal, meditative self-talk. Anything mind is fire, you can find it.
Can somebody just put the link over here if you found it in the comment box? My YouTube live is going on, so I'm not disturbing that.
I think I'll put the link.
Yeah, or we can put it on the YouTube later.
Crazy loophole where you just do 4 hours of work.
Okay.
And it's great.
Sophie's already added. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, this will help.
This podcast is.
Sorry. I think, has it started playing somewhere? Yeah. So, मैं चली गई क्या? Oh my God! Yes, I'm there. I think there are videos there for creating positivity. There are videos for Corona times also, Uma.
Yeah.
There is a video for reducing that Corona anxiety, which at that time really helped many people. So this is.
I want to ask you.
Yeah.
It's best meditation for relaxing है. इसमें पर वो self talk वाली नहीं आई है.
A meditative self talk, increase your self esteem. Just I think somebody has put the link here.
Okay. Okay.
The link.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You can subscribe or download.
Yeah.
So I would just want to. How much time I have, Atman? Can I share my screen and?
Yes, I have something to tell you.
Yeah. Sienna, how much?
It's 10:23 now. So you have some time.
And Gigi is waiting. 11:10, right?
Yeah, hers is at 11:15. Yeah.
Okay, we have time.
Okay. Okay. So I'll share my screen and I want to share certain things about the power of, in fact, we can talk also the power of self-talk. So as I was saying, where it is, yes, it's here. Yeah, I want to share with you the experiments of Dr. Masaru. Have you heard about him?
Yes.
Yes, Atman, you must have heard about him and many of you must have heard about him, but this is very interesting experiments. And now he did, initially he did some water experiments and later the experiments are being done with plants, with rice and with everything. So, when he did the experiments with water, I'll tell you, what he did that he kept the water from same source in 6 same beakers, but exposed them with different words. And it doesn't matter what language you are speaking because words have vibrations. And those vibrations, even when you write the words and put it on the beaker, the vibrations of the words will be soaked. And now I remember an interesting technique that all of you can use in your life, which is called, let me share this experiment and then please remind if I forget to share this technique, which is called the water bottle technique. So the water absorbs the words, and in fact, everyone absorbs the words. We all have water inside us. So what he did that he took 6 beakers and in different beakers were exposed to different words The words were like, I kill you, I love you, I hate you, you are Mother Teresa, you are Hitler. And then what he did that after exposing them for some time, maybe 30 days, he crystallized the water. And to his surprise, the crystallization had different shapes. And I'll show you these are the forms that the water took. Heavy metal music, one water was exposed to heavy metal music, another was exposed to you make me sick, I will kill you. Look at the formation of the crystal. So ugly, so bad. Adolf Hitler, even this one. Thank you. The water, therefore, the power of gratefulness. If I start, even I will tell you my experience. I had a lot of anger inside me. And from my childhood, my mother was very truthful. And if anybody spoke any lie, I will get angry. If anybody tried to fool me, I will get angry. But I started practicing this thankfulness, gratefulness, and my anger reduced like anything. Because when you start focusing, three things which are very important for your emotional wellness. Although I'm digressing a little bit, but since I remember, let me tell you. Three things which are very important for your emotional wellness. One is your physiology. Second is your focus, and third is your meaning. So if you focus on the gratefulness that what people have done to you, what the situations have done to you, what the environment has done to you, you become grateful to that. Even if my maid made a cup of tea for me, I'm grateful to her. If this house is giving me protection, I'm grateful to it. It's protecting me from heat and sun and everything. If the plants are giving oxygen to me, I'm really grateful to it. And without that, can you think of your life? So start focusing on all the positives that are happening. In fact, our mind is trained to focus on the negative, what is not working, what is bad. People tell you 5 sentences which are okay or neutral, but one sentence of appreciation and one sentence of criticism, that is what you are going to remember. And recently I was seeing this, yesterday only when my foot broke, I asked my husband, ki bhaiya koi Netflix pe picture lagao. Then he started Professor, that old movie. And in that, there is a character of Lalita Pawar. And this Shammi Kapoor, he becomes an old man teacher who is, and this, as always shown, Lalita Pawar in Hindi movies, a very, very strong, a very furious, angry character. But he just speaks one sentence that maybe when you were young, you must have been very beautiful, and maybe this anger is not because you are tough, but because of other reasons. And this woman starts melting and melting and melting. I think psychological point of view, say when you see that movie, it's so beautiful. Just one sentence of appreciation can change the entire personality of the person. So thank you. Love and appreciation, this kind of formation. Mother Teresa, this kind of formation. And this experiment has been tried on plants. You can yourself try it on rice, you can try it on plants, you can try it on water. Water may not be crystallized and you can see it. Freeze them. Somebody wants to ask something? Okay. So this water bottle technique, as I said, is a corollary to it. Whatever goals you have in your life, whatever you want to achieve in your life, you just label those words in the water bottle that you are using for drinking water. Put those words, write it on a piece of paper and stick it on your bottle. Write it boldly. For example, you want to be happy, write happiness. If you want to achieve some goal, write that goal on the bottle. And just keep it in the night, because morning may you drink water. And in the morning, you drink water, repeating those goals and the words that you have written very, very calmly and nicely. And this water bottle technique is going to have wonders for you. So the words that you are using, the water will absorb the power, the vibrations of those words, and it will start affecting you and your mind and your body. So very simple and profound. Do you think simple things can be profound? Yes. Simple things can be profound, and these are very simple techniques, language technique, water technique, which can be extremely simple but very profound, and you can start using without any hassle from today itself. And to emphasize all this, I just want to show you some characters. For example, everyone knows Amitabh Bachchan, whether Indian or not Indian. Everybody knows Amitabh Bachchan. You all know that Amitabh Bachchan was rejected during, in his, for his voice in the audio, in the audition for being a radio artist. He was rejected because of his voice, that you have a very heavy voice and it will not work. So imagine, after rejection in the radio audition for his voice, if he would have started a language, why should I try anywhere? I am rejected in language. Why should I try in TV? Why should I try in film? It's out of question. I will never be selected. Even radio has rejected me. My voice is bad. What would have happened to Amitabh? Could we have Amitabh Bachchan in our life? This magnetic, wonderful personality, we would not have seen him in our life. But this person changed his voice. This person started saying, okay, radio has rejected, it's okay. I think I have a strong voice and I will try other platforms. I will try other platforms. I'm sure I'm going to be successful. I'm going to give my 100% to the work that I'm going to do. Someday some people will recognize it. And this inner voice motivated him to try for the film. And now today, only because of his voice, or mainly because of his voice, he is a superstar. He is so successful today. People are dying. I mean, the producers are dying, the directors are dying to have him, to have his voice even as a commentary for, and certain movies, only certain portions he has given his voice only. And even when he sings, he is so much appreciated and people like it. People connect with him. So the kind of inner voice, I tell you this, Thomas Edison Elva, the second, you know that he created bulb. How many times he failed? He failed 1,000 times. But every time when he was able to create the bulb, because till he was a failure, nobody came to him. When he created this, invented the bulb, so many reporters came to him and they asked him, oh sir, you failed 1,000 times. And he said, no, just look at the language, focus on the language that he used. He said, I have not failed 1,000 times. I have learned 999 ways by which a bulb cannot be created. So he used the language of learning than the language of failure. If he would have said, oh my God, why should I? I'm not failing, I'm failing. So after every setback, after every experience in your life, just focus the language that you are using to remember that experience. The moment, just see whether this language is of pain, revenge, anger, condemnation, what the language is. If the language is creating negative emotions, change your language. For example, Dashrath Manji, many of you know, who created, he worked for how many? I think 25 years. And he created a path so that in the mountains, himself alone, so that people could, after the death of his wife, he could not reach her for the safe delivery in a hospital. He created a language in his mind, a language of philanthropy, a language of helping people. Nobody in my village will ever die because the path is not available and can't reach to the hospital. I'm going to do something. Alone he did it. People said, you are a mad person. But that was his language of mind that he created, and he worked for 25 years and created a path. He cut the path in the mountains alone to have a road which takes it directly from his village to the hospital. In the center, there is Roger Bannister. Till 1954, he is an athlete. He was an athlete. And till 1954, the record that was set was more than 4 minutes in 4 miles for more than a minute. Sorry. For 1 mile, it was more than 4 minutes. And all the experts, all the doctors, they said that it is not possible to cover 1 mile in less than 4 minutes. It's not possible. And if anybody will try to do it, there can be heart attack, there can be severe consequences, there can be this, there can be that. And then they also said that in very, very ideal conditions, and the kind of ideal conditions they described were more or less impossible to achieve, then perhaps somebody can break this record. This man, Roger Bannister, he started this language of challenge. This was a language of challenge that he said, it can be done, it can be done, it can be done. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I will do it. And in 1954, he broke this record. And in 3.59.4 minutes, he completed 1 mile, and he was actually after that labeled a 4-minute mile man. So whatever language you are creating in your mind is going to decide your actions, your feelings. First your feelings, then your behavior, and then it will be converted in actions and achievements. So there are many more. I think I'll go further. Any questions? Anything anybody would like to ask? So we talked about 3 R's, that is releasing, relaxing, and reframing. When you are reframing, there are certain rules to be followed. That one is that please do not use no and not in your language. When you are reframing, do not use negative words in the reframing. For example, if your language is life is a struggle, so you can make it life is a journey, every experience is a learning. If your language is I perspire going to stage, so I'm not saying that, do not say I do not perspire going to stage, but start saying that my body is preparing me to be. So the situation is same, but you are giving a different language to it. For example, I perspire because I'm anxious. I want to do my best. And my body is preparing me to deal with difficult situations. I'm not good enough. You may not be good. You need not to be. You can say, I need not to be good in everything. I'm good in. For example, you are not good in maths. It's okay. I'm good in singing. I'm good in language. I'm good in analysis. I'm good in concept memory. For example, let me tell you, my memory is also very bad. And I always used to condemn myself that I have a very bad memory. I do not remember names. I do not remember dates. And then I realized that actually, when students came and I took their interviews and I talked about their learnings and masters or Ph.D., and they were not able to explain a lot of things. Then I realized that my memory is bad in words, in names, in uh, specific dates and regions, particularly memorizing, rote memorizing. But I realized that I remembered what I learned in masters after even 30-40 years. So I started saying, I changed my language and I'm now happy about my memory. Now I say that I have good conceptual memory. I'm not focusing that I'm not able to remember, I'm not able to remember, I forget everything, I forget everything. Instead of that, I started saying, I changed my language and I said, I have good conceptual memory. I do not forget concepts. And please don't use do or not. Use the positive words. I'm helpless about my workload. Instead of saying that, you say, I will do my best and stagger my work versus I will talk to my boss. Since I don't have time, I would have gone to you to practice this. So I'm leaving two. My brother had to go through a surgery. And you're bothered about it. How can you change it? Some of you try changing it. This is the reality. My brother had to go through a surgery and you're very upset. Has had to go ki jagah aap kar dijiye, my brother has to go through a surgery and you are very anxious about it. Now change this language, a language which gives you peace and calm. How can you change it? Try it now. Try it now. I am pausing my screen share. Pausing se nahi chalega na? Pausing. Can I see? अभी मैं थोड़ा सा इसको रोक रही हूँ शेयरिंग को.
You want me to help you with this?
No, it's okay. I think I just wanted to share some mantras of language. So I'm just now stopping it. So if anybody, the surgery would help my brother to recover faster. Excellent. Surgery will save my brother's life. Yes. You also start thinking, anybody else try? Beautiful attempts. I'm happy that, yes, start your sentence, I'm happy, sir, then my brother will be treated soon for his recovery and we all are waiting for that achievement. Good. My brother is receiving all the help he needs. Yes, wonderful. So the moment, just feel, any of you can experience oh my God, my brother will have to go through the surgery. What will happen? This is a very delicate surgery. My husband recently went through bypass surgery. And there could be one language, what will happen? Koi complication na ho jaye, koi problem na ho jaye, pata nahi doctor kaise hain. God knows how will he after the surgery. There could be a lot of anxiety about surgery. The moment you become anxious, you are actually sending the vibrations of anxiety for the surgery also. And you are yourself getting anxious, you are sending these vibrations to your brother. I don't need to tell any of you that how far reaching the vibrations of energy are. My brother is in hands of a good doctor, right? You can also think that I'm happy that it is detected at the right time. Now there is so much of advancement in the surgery. Things are going in the right direction. All of you have made a beautiful attempt. So I'm sure you all are already an expert and further becoming more expert. I admit my brother's surgery under loving care of Redikall consciousness. Excellent. Excellent. You all have belonged to Redikall, yeah. You all are wonderful people. Where am I? Okay. So I will just share something more. Yeah. What a wonderful group it is. I'm really enjoying. Thank you, Atman, for giving this opportunity.
No,
So,
this is really a value add for all of us. Thank you so much. Continue, please.
thank you very much. So I will very quickly finish my thing in 10 minutes. So one is the mantra, negative versus positive self-talk. It's very, very important. And then language of breath. Whenever we are breathing and when we are trying for deep breathing, I think if we add this language to deep breath, it will further enhance the impact of deep breathing. That is, imagine and say to yourself, I'm breathing in all positivity from the environment, family, and surrounding. And when you are breathing out, say and feel, I'm releasing all negativity. Breathe in and visualize accomplishing your goal and breathe out the impediments. This is all just feeling and realizing and experiencing in your imagination and visualization. Breathe in resources and breathe out imperfections. So this is the second mantra of self-language, self-talk. The third mantra is start telling yourself, I possess the qualities needed to be extremely successful. This is a mantra of watching inside. That is, I possess the qualities needed to be extremely successful. My ability to conquer my challenge. These are some of the key sentences that any of you can use. Or when we work individually, then we give very specific mantras for self. So I possess the qualities needed to be extremely successful. My ability to conquer my challenges is limitless. Then the fourth mantra is language of appreciation and thanks. Be aware what language you are using. Is it a language of appreciation and thanksgiving? Or is it a language of criticizing self or others? You know, we are trained to identify the negatives within ourselves and outside. We have been asked from our childhood, identify your limitations, identify what is wrong, what is negative in you, and then work on it. You know, the latest philosophy, my philosophy, the theory of appreciative inquiry, the theory of positive psychology do not belong. They just reject this. This is obsolete. You start focusing on what is working, what is good, what is positive. The negative will be taken care of itself. So be aware, the moment you use the language of self-condemnation on others' condemnation, you are reducing your own vibrations, frequency, and you are creating negativity within you. So whatever positive happened today, for whatever all those people who helped and supported you, your contribution in making things happen. For example, you called a friend. Give thanks to yourself also. I made an attempt. I'm thankful to myself for making an attempt to connect to somebody, improve my relations. I called somebody to say sorry. I thank myself to do that. You know, it's very difficult to say sorry also. Build relationship. I think there are a lot of studies which have shown that the key to happiness, the 75-year-old Harvard study has also shown that key to happiness is relationship, bonding, connectedness, and do anything and everything to do that. Focus on what you have. KFP and BFP. KFP is Key Farak Panda and BFP is Bahut Farak Panda. This is India. This is Hindi language. And those who are not Hindi speaking, I would like to convert that in English. Key Farak Panda, how does it matter? And Bahut Farak Panda, it really matters. So things that you don't have, you can say, how does it matter if it doesn't, if it's not with me? Materialistic issues. बहुत फर्क पैंदा. For example, even it can be used for relationship. बहुत फर्क पैंदा. It really matters. If you're close to some of your friends, if you have a small car, it would really matter if I don't have a car. How does it matter if I don't have a Mercedes? So those certain things that you don't have, start using the language of it doesn't matter. Things that you have, start using the language of it really matters if it doesn't have with me. Then the language of forgiveness. Before going to sleep, practice forgiveness for the entire day. I forgive anyone across time and space who has hurt me or harmed me, and thank them for giving me a lesson of life. Actually, you can thank the people who have hurt you, because they have given you a lesson of life, and the best thing is to learn the lesson of life and move on. So even the people is not only to release the hurt, you also thank the people who have hurt you, and just try to find the lesson that you have got from that hurt. Every bitter experience gives you a lesson, and the moment you start focusing on the lesson that bitter experience has given, even the divorce, bad relationships, everything gives you a lesson. But if you keep on focusing on what went wrong in the relationship, why did this happen to me? It's going to give you pain, it's going to give you hurt, it's going to affect your health, because mind and body are not separate. For 100% they are not separate at all. And my mentor Yuvraj always says that mind is invisible body. So I forgive anyone across time and space who has hurt me and harmed me, and thank them for giving me a lesson of some of these languages can be used every day, which is going to enhance my own vibrations, my own health, my peace of mind. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. We did practice it also. I love and accept you exactly as you are. Instead of trying to change the other person, why the relationships fail? The relationships always fail because I want to change the other person. Instead of trying to change the other person, try to accept the person as the person is. The person will automatically change the way you want. Will automatically change. Accept yourself and accept the other person. You can't ask anyone else to change their behavior. The only thing that I can do is to change myself. And the most important thing is the questions you ask. That is also good. So the question is a language. Instead of asking a question, what's wrong with me? Why all so many things are happening with me? For example, in my case, recently, let me tell you, 6 days back, my mother-in-law suddenly became bedridden in the last 1 month. And 5 days back, there was a severe fire in my house. And day before yesterday, I broke my leg, fractured. We had to travel abroad, and it's a matter of many lakh rupees which has gone down the drain. So many things have happened, and 22 we had 5 or 6 major surgeries. One was of my husband, bypass surgery, 21 May. He went into corona. Then I had 2 cataract surgeries, 1 retina surgery. So my question could be, why all this happening one after the other? And the people who are talking to me, अरे आपके लाइफ में तो पता नहीं कुछ ना कुछ, something or the other is happening, what's the matter? I change my language. It's okay. Things are coming, but the end is good. The surgery was successful. My retina surgery was successful. The corona went by, and I'm very lucky that the bypass surgery, I took the decision to get it done in Lucknow. It went on well. In fire, a lot of things were saved. The lives were saved. It's okay. There must be some message that I should not go abroad. So it all depends. If I start asking the question, why this is happening, what's going to be next? It's going to give a lot of anxiety to me, and I will become very, very anxious, worry kind, and it will affect my health. All my parameters will, because one emotion means chemical change. Every emotion brings a chemical change. Your sympathetic system becomes active. It releases a lot of hormones. It prepares your body to deal with the crisis as it is made of Stone Age. And the moment you change your language, your parasympathetic system will start getting activated by your deep breath, by your language change, and it's going to create a balance. It will suppress the sympathetic system, and the chemical changes will become normal. That's another chapter which we can deal some other time. So start using the questions. How will I earn the how will I make my family, friends, boss happier today? The moment you get up in the morning, stand up before the mirror, put a stucky on the mirror and ask a question. How can I make my life happy today? Start focusing on the questions you are asking every day from yourself. And the moment you change your questions, your answers will change. If you say, oh my God, what will happen today? Aaj kuch fir unfortunate na ho jaye. Something unfortunate may happen today. Oh, what will it be? Your mind will start working on, will spiral on certain things, and you will then something will happen. You will focus on that, focus and meaning. You will focus on that and say, look, I knew that something going to happen bad, and it has happened. A lot of good things might have happened that day, but your focus is on what bad thing happened that day. If your question in the morning was, how can I make my life good and happy today? How can I make my things work today? Anything which is even slightly positive, you are going to focus and you will reinforce. Look, this is good. This has happened well. This is nice. And it will again have a spiral effect. So I think I will not do this because this will take time. So this is all for today, and to revise in a minute, I think we can have everybody say something, the learning today, to end the session, so that it also gives the revision. I'm stopping. Thank you very much. So let's have a quick round of learnings. So I would request each of you to say something on the chat box. Any learning, any comment, any question?
One has to change the language. It's very important, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. So in order to change the language, first be aware of your language that you are using.
Yes.
And then focus on it, and it's easy to change the language. Do you think it's easy to change the language? How many of you think it's easy to change your language? Raise your hand, please, if you think that it is easy to change your language. It's not difficult. It's easy to change your language. But do you, and how many of you think, how many of you realize that by changing language, it's going to have a very, very profound impact?
Yes, it will.
You can write why in the chat box. Yes. If you think that easy to change your language and it's going to have a profound effect, please. मैं अभी 2 मिनट में करती हूँ, अभी 2 मिनट बाद, अभी 2 मिनट में करती हूँ. Okay.
Yeah.
Highly charged emotion, we can calm down by being meditative self. Thank you. Yes. So it's easy and profound. The two combinations we often think are impossible, but it is possible. I think somebody want to say something. Somebody has raised. Yes, Dani. Dani, can you put on your video? And yes, Dani.
I just, answered just because you said that, how many of us are feeling that, So based on that, I have raised my hand. I'm also one of them.
Okay. Thank you, Dani. Thank you very much. So I think Navina again has raised her hand. Navina, yes?
Yeah, so my learning would be change the language of mind, accept yourself, others, and love the person, forgive the person who has hurt you, be thankful to that. And with water, you rightly said that, like, I have been personally practicing with water, like, bless the water and drink it.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so that was the learning. Very good tips from you. Thank you so much, Manjuji, for this. Thanks
Thank
a
you very
lot.
much. My pleasure. It's all my pleasure. Ritu, you want to say something? You have raised your hand. Somebody has written, I found the contrast between the frequency of the language of criticism and appreciation 47th most profound. Thank you very much. This is Sophie. Sophie, thank you, and I'm grateful to you. Yes, Ritu.
Thank you so much for sharing such profound words where you can change yourself and you can't expect anybody else to change. And the another thing that, I have an understanding, but you refreshed my memory by saying, how can I?
How can I?
Then why? It's such an amazing thing. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. I'll just take a photo also. रुक जाओ, बाहर जाओ. I think I'll get some photos from Atman, and it will be good if I can get the recording also.
Yes, the recording, it would be available on YouTube.
Okay.
Right now, it's a combined recording. It's going live on YouTube at the moment.
Okay.
And we will put individual recording edited on Redikall channel later.
Okay.
It will be available as a wellness club on our website to all the members who joined. It's free for the first 3 months anyway. So you can do it.
Okay. Great.
So
Thank you very much.
thank you very much. Sienna, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Manju Agrawal. This was a very interesting session, and I'm sure everyone benefited. For me, letting go, changing my language, hugging myself is going to become a habit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Atman. Thank you, Saina. Thank you, the audience. Thank you very much. I'm truly grateful to each of you.